Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. It is Thursday, December 12th, 2019 at 7 p.m. If everyone that is able could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bridget, please take the roll.
President Janner.
Here.
Vice President King.
Here.
Commissioner Carlson.
Here.
Commissioner Egan.
Present.
Commissioner McBroom.
Here.
Commissioner Riley.
Here.
Commissioner Todd.
Here.
Item 2 on our agenda is the 2020 budget and appropriation public hearing. This time I'll entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
Move to recess the public hearing for discussion of the 2020 budget and appropriation.
Second.
Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King.
Yes.
Commissioner Todd.
Yes.
Commissioner Egan.
Aye.
Commissioner Carlson.
Yes.
Commissioner McBroom.
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. A quorum being present, I will now call to order the public hearing on the 2020 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance. The budget was prepared in tentative form and made available to the public for inspection for at least 30 days at the administrative office of the Park District and on the Park District's website. A notice of this budget hearing was published in the Daily Herald on December 5th, 2019, in accordance with the requirements of the Park District Code, and a notice in compliance with the Open Meetings Act was also prepared and distributed in accordance with all legal requirements. The purpose of this hearing is to give the public an opportunity to be heard with regard to the planned budget and appropriations for the coming fiscal year. Once public comments have been received, the board may immediately comment or reserve its comments to when the ordinance is formally presented for board consideration later in the meeting. The hearing is now open to questions from the audience. Are there any questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, I'll then entertain a motion to close the public hearing on the 2020 budget and return to the regular business of the meeting.
Move to adjourn to the public hearing and return to open meeting at 7:02 p.m.
Second.
Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King.
Yes.
Commissioner Todd.
Yes.
Commissioner Egan.
Aye.
Commissioner Carlson.
Yes.
Commissioner McBroom.
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Item 3 on our agenda is matters from the public. Bridget, does anyone from the public sign up to speak here tonight?
No.
Okay, then we will move on to item 4, recognitions, and I'll head over to the podium to begin that part of the meeting. Okay, are we on? Great. First presentation is related to the senior softball team. We have several recognitions tonight, and so I'd like to welcome everyone that is here visiting with us tonight for these recognitions. First, with the members of the Challengers softball team, please join me at the podium. Come on up here, gentlemen. With us here tonight are Chris Argianis. Did I butcher that? That's correct? Okay. John Fiesler, Rich Fleming, Steve Gadja, Larry Hall, George Pappas, John Patty, and Tom Vancura. These softball players enjoy a casual pickup game with the Naperville Park District's Men's 50-plus League on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at Gardner Park from May until mid-October each year. In addition, they play on a regional competitive team, the Challengers. Earlier this year, the Challengers competed in the National Senior Olympic Games in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and won their 3rd consecutive gold medal. Hardware looks great, guys. We're all extremely proud of each of you. You demonstrate that softball is a lifetime sport by your performance in competition and also through your support and participation in the Senior Softball League at the Naperville Park District. On behalf of all of us, the Board of Commissioners, I'm very pleased to present a certificate congratulating you on your achievement at the national level and for making the Naperville Park District proud. I'll present the certificate to Team Captain John Patty. Let's grab this right here. John, would you like to say a few words, John?
No.
These guys are rolling their eyes over there.
Well, on behalf of the challengers, we want to thank the board members. We want to thank the support staff. It's an honor to be here tonight. Very much appreciated. We probably started playing here in 1997. I think about 12 people showed up. This last summer we had 70 sign up for summer ball, and it's been very enjoyable. And if it were not for this program, we never would have put this team together. Most of the players are from Naperville or surrounding suburbs. We have a couple of people from out of town, which is great that they've even shown up tonight too. And we'd have more here, except some of them are managed to get away to Florida for a while. So thanks very much. We wore these medals just to prove that we actually won. Looking at us, you're probably wondering how these guys ever won, but we managed somehow. You should see the other people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, Sue's going to take a quick photo here if you guys want to come up here. Congratulations, guys.
Close to our bedtime, so we're going to get going now, okay?
They're going to take the hardware and run here. That's okay. Next, I would like to invite our Park Police Chief Carl Schnibben and Officer Patrick Knudsen. Please join me at the podium. Chief, I'll turn the mic over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I will keep this brief. On the early morning hours of November 3rd, Officer Knudsen, here on my left, was assigned to protect the field of flags located on Rotary Hill. While he was doing this, he heard a radio dispatch from the Naperville Police Department stating that they were looking for a potentially suicidal subject who had ingested a large amount of alcohol and pills. While he was on his rounds, Pat noticed that there were some wet footprints that hadn't been there when he'd first assumed his duties. That's a clue. So Pat checked under the bridge, the covered bridge that is between the admin building and the cafe, and he located the subject. He immediately notified Naperville. While he was attempting to talk to the subject retreated back into the river, and it took further efforts by the Naperville Police Department and Fire Department to get him out of the river. They subsequently did, and he was transported to Edwards Hospital. I'm just going to read two very brief excerpts from the commendation I gave Pat on November 8th. Your powers of observation and diligence in looking for this suicidal subject greatly shortened the time that was required to get this person to the medical facility. Considering the substances that this person had ingested, time was of the essence in getting this person the medical help they needed. Your actions speak highly of you and your dedication to duty. The Officer Knudsen is being recognized for this dedication to duty, his powers of observation, quick thinking, and the life-saving actions he took to assist this suicidal subject. Had he not been able to assist in the timely manner he did, this event could have had a very different and tragic outcome. Pat, would you like to say anything? I'm good. Okay.
Patrick, once again, on behalf of all of us at the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners, we want to thank you for your service and your outstanding work in this area. Here is a token of our appreciation as well as a gift card for you and your family. Congratulations and thank you. Next, I'd like to invite our own Commissioner Mike Riley to join me up here at the podium. As 2020 approaches and we reflect on the past 10 years, we want to take this opportunity to recognize Commissioner Riley, who has served on the Park Board for this entire decade. First elected in 2009, Mike jumped right into a leadership role, serving as Park Board President for 6 of his 10 years on the board. He brought to the Park District a deep commitment to the Naperville community and leadership experience serving in other organizations. Mike collaborated with staff and other board members to streamline board meetings, setting up a process for vetting ideas and projects through committees and discussions that we still follow here today. The past 10 years have brought many exciting projects and accomplishments at the Naperville Park District, including the development of Nike Sports Complex, Centennial Beach renovations, achievement of national accreditation, and the opening of the Knocknolls Nature Center and Fort Hill Activity Center, just to name a few. Commissioner Riley, thank you for your hard work and your leadership throughout these successful projects and that have provided great value to our community. And on a personal note, I want to thank you for the mentorship and friendship that you've shown me, and I know some other commissioners in our time here on the board. So on behalf of the entire board, I'm pleased to present you with a plaque as a token of our appreciation. And I'll grab that right here. Congratulations and thank you. Okay, item 5 on our agenda tonight is updates and reports. First item is the Riverwalk Commission update. We have no report. Next item is the Parks Foundation update. No report. Next item is the Finance Committee. No report. Next item is the Legislative Committee. No report. Next item is the Parks and Recreation Committee.
Yes, thank
Commissioner
you.
Riley.
The Parks and Recreation Committee will meet tomorrow morning, 12:13, at 10 a.m. in the Administration Building.
Thank you. As for the board president report, I just really want to take this opportunity to thank everybody here and watching for everything that they do to support the Park District. I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and as we start to think about turning the page to 2020, one thing that I always do is write some resolutions and goals down on paper, so it creates a tangible and concrete way of making sure that those goals are achieved in the upcoming year. And of course, here at the Naperville Park District, we do the same thing with our 2020 goals. So I would certainly encourage everybody watching, either personally or through whatever organization you're working with, working for, or representing, a great time to start thinking about goals and the new year ahead. So with that being said, I'll turn it over to our Executive Director for his report.
Thank you, President Janner. Got a few things to talk about here. The 2020 Winter Program Guide was delivered to Naperville residents earlier this month and is now available in our facilities, or you can access it 24/7 online at napervilleparks.org. Registration for winter programs, including winter break camps, is now underway. Registration for spring Naperville Youth Soccer and Naperville Premier Soccer began this week and continues online as long as spots are still available. Santa House, presented by Woody Buick GMC, is open this weekend through Sunday, December 22nd. Admission is free, and photos can be purchased for $8 each or 2 for $15. Be sure to stop in to see Santa at the Riverwalk, at the Riverwalk in downtown Naperville. No reservations are needed. A special thanks to our sponsors and volunteers who make this event possible. Naperville Park District invites the community to celebrate New Year's Eve at the Carillon, featuring both the early family celebration beginning at 5:30 p.m. and the traditional celebration beginning at 11:30 p.m. Both events are free and take place at the base of the Naperville Millennium Carillon in Moser Tower, located at 443 Aurora Avenue. And finally, tickets are now on sale for The Wizard of Oz, presented by the Magical Starlight Theater. The show will take place January 10th through the 12th and 17th through the 19th at Naperville Central High School Naperville High School Auditorium. This promises to be a great show with a cast of talented actors from the community. Tickets are available at napervilleparks.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Director McGurry. The next item on our agenda is the monthly treasurer's report.
Move to approve the October 2019 Treasury Report.
Second.
Any discussion? Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Item 7 on our agenda tonight is the consent agenda. Bridget, can you please read the items on the consent agenda for consideration tonight?
7.1, approve November 2019 disbursements in the amount of $4,045,110.96. Approve November 2019 disbursements made through the Bank of America Purchasing Card Program in the amount of $170,273.85. 7.3, approve November 2019 customer refunds in the amount of $1,867.30. 7.4, approve October 24th, 2019 regular meeting minutes. 7.5, approve October 24, 2019 executive session closed meeting minutes. 7.6, approve November 12, 2019 special meeting minutes. 7.7, award the recycling dumpster service contract for 2020-2021 with the option to renew for one additional year in 2022 to Groot Industries, Inc. 7.8, award contract mowing service bid for 2020 with the option to renew in 2021 and 2022 to Aronia Landscape, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $83,977.80. And 7.9, approve purchase of one 2019 Ford F-250XL 4x2 crew cab pickup truck from Curing Motors Fleet for $27,064.
Thank you. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda? Commissioner Egan?
Pull 7.1 and 7.9, please.
That's 7.1 and 7.9. Are there any others?
Okay, move to accept consent agenda items 7.2 through 7.8.
Second.
Any further discussion? Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda items 7.1 and 7.9. Oh. All righty, here we go. Move to approve consent agenda items 7.2 to 7.8.
Second.
Merry Christmas.
This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. All right, now we'll go and pick up 7.1.
All right, move to approve items 7.1 and 7.9. Oh, okay, let's move to approve 7.1.
Second.
Any discussion on item 7.1? Commissioner Egan?
My standard no vote.
Any other discussion? Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Pick up 7.9.
Move to approve item 7.9.
Second.
Any discussion, Commissioner Egan?
The truck has only had $1,400 worth of repairs this year. We can use it another year and dedicate those funds to a pool or something more useful to the taxpayers.
Any other discussion? Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd, Commissioner Carlson, Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Next item on our agenda, 8.2, approval of ordinance 970, the 2019 tax levy.
Move to approve ordinance 970, authorization of the 2019 property tax levy totaling $21,785,491.
Second.
Any discussion? Commissioner Egan?
Thank you. Before us this evening is another tax levy that includes ballooning the levy. Staff calculated the impact of this year to be $1 million over the next 5 years with just this year's balloon. I calculated the CPI cost, no balloon, that a levy with just CPI would have been going back to 2012, and that'd be 16.8 million versus a 17.9. My calculation last year was $900,000 in additional taxation. The calculation this year is 1.1 million. So just in 1 year, the additional compounding impact is 200,000. What do our residents receive for this overtaxation? Committee meetings that are not recorded. I believe a little sunshine is the best antiseptic. As we will discuss with the budget, 4% raises, 2x the rate of CPI, unfunded pensions, low-cost health benefits, and projects like the 2 acres next to the library instead of the pool the community has demanded through our costly surveys. Let's not forget the excess reserves held by the Park District. It's time that we realize that the best place for a dollar is the taxpayer's pocket and not the government's. I invite my fellow commissioners to join me and reject overtaxing and compounding further harm to our residents, allow new construction to lower the tide for all boats, and say to our residents, your property right is not our property right, by voting no to this levy.
Any other discussion? Commissioner McBroom?
I also won't be supporting the levy. I understand the very rational arguments for asking for the levy and the potential consequences down the road of not capturing it. But as I see it, levy at CPI, we do maintain our AAA bond rating, and our budget operations are met. So for that reason, I don't think I can support it.
Any other comments? Commissioner Riley?
Thank you. One Friday night in November, Commissioner Egan took to Facebook to rail against some of the issues he had with the proposed 2020 Park District budget. I've chosen to address some of the points he made during this public meeting rather than engage in social media bantering. The posting posed the rhetorical question, should the Park District be taxing above CPI while providing 4% raises? The truth is that everybody isn't getting an automatic 4% raise. The proposed 2020 budget does include a 3.9% compensation pool. Of that, 1.9% represents a cost of living adjustment based on the December 2018 CPI published number. The remaining 2% performance-based adjustments, bonuses, and other wage adjustments if needed. The impact of the state-mandated increases in minimum wage have a significant impact on the Park District, especially during the warm weather months when seasonal and temporary workers swell our employee count above 1,000. FYI, a 4% compensation pool was also budgeted in 2019. The average wage increase for full-time staff in 2019 was 3.03%, with CPI being 2.1%. And if any further information is needed, Sue Stanish and Katie Seppi can help out with that. He also made the statement, we just replaced a truck with a noted reason of excess rust. That sounds bad until you look at the board memo we commissioners were provided with in advance that informed us that this 11-year-old truck was nearing the end of its serviceable life and had racked up $11,000 in repairs so far. The notations about numerous areas of rust, including the driver's side corner of the floor of the cab being completely rusted away, the shock absorbers are rusted and need replacement, the springs are rusted and need replacement, and the spring mounts are rusted and also need replacement. And Kevin Finnegan is the subject matter expert on that. He went on to condescendingly referring to putting $2.3 million into a splash pad on 95th Street that had to be value engineered to get back to $2.3 million from $3 million. Here are more accurate numbers. At the February 28, 2019 Park Board workshop, the total budget was confirmed at $3.6 million. What wasn't stated in his posting was that the total Pulte Homes Wagner Farm subdivision land cash donation payment for this housing development just south of the park is $2,865,898.68, coupled with a voluntary donation of $202,800, resulting in a grand total of $3,068,698.68 to go to the project. Now, it's true that the initial bids came in higher than estimated, but staff did exactly what they should do. They presented value engineering alternatives to the Park Board in order to bring the project back into the previously approved budget. By the way, the 95th Street Community Plaza will have a splash pad in response to feedback the district received from our residents during the design part of the park. In addition, this nicely landscaped 2.2-acre gathering space for those of all ages and abilities, nestled between the 95th Street Library, Neuqua Valley High School campus, and the Frontier Sports Complex, will have a playground, a performance lawn, an amphitheater, pavilion, an overlook plaza with seating areas, and naturally, it will feature ADA accessible pathways and permanent restrooms. And I just want to thank staff for all the diligent work they did on putting the budget together.
Thank you, Commissioner Rowley. Any other comments? I would be remiss if I did not make the point that despite the state-mandated minimum wage and three major projects that we at the Park District have on the horizon over the next year or so, Naperville residents will see a decrease in property taxes paid to the Park District in 2020 when compared to 2019. And of course, anybody can say, well, we wish it was cut more, it could be cut more. And I certainly see that perspective, but I think as commissioners, we have to also look at the mission of the Park District. And in my personal opinion, if we chop this budget up any further, we run the risk of not being able to accomplish the mission of the Park District at the level of quality that we currently accomplish it, not only this year, but in the years ahead. So I would like to also commend staff for getting this budget to the point where it is. And again, we can offer our residents less of a contribution to the Park District in 2020 versus 2019. Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner McBroom,
No.
Commissioner Riley,
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Item 8.3 on our agenda is approval of ordinance 972, the supplemental tax levy.
Move to approve ordinance 972, authorizing a supplemental property tax levy to pay the district's outstanding limited bonds.
Second.
Any other discussion on this one? Commissioner Egan?
I won't be supporting this either. It's a cash grab.
Other discussion? Commissioner McBroom?
Just to clarify, the supplemental tax levy is to pay existing bonds that we owe on. Is that correct?
Commissioner Egan, can you clarify what you mean when you say cash grab?
We levied last year for these bonds. We see the opportunity to grab more money. We have the abatement in place for the budget. This isn't anticipated money. We're simply just grabbing the cash.
Any other comments? Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley,
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Next item on our agenda, 8.4, approve ordinance 971, the 2020 budget and appropriation.
Move to approve the 2020 budget and appropriation ordinance 971 in the budgeted amount of $57,160,000 $160,510, and the appropriate amount of $62,876,561.
Second.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Egan?
Before us is another budget that sets the tone for another year that has become the norm for the last few years, tax and spend. On one hand, we talk about how we champion our residents' needs and take care of what we have, but we dump money into things like the eatery that barely makes money and would be losing money if a P&L were prepared that considered the building costs. The funds from the overtaxation discussed in the levy should be driven to a pool. We have included money for another survey. I chalked this up to Einstein's definition of insanity. We can guess what the top 3 things are that people will want. It will be the same as all of the past surveys. Save the buttonword park issue. We rarely hear complaints, so I would expect that the satisfaction rating to be similar to the previous years. Why waste the money? The average cost of a full-time employee at the Park District is $96,000, and we are still giving 4%. IMRF dropped the funding rate, which drives up our cost. Why isn't the Park District and the IAPD pursuing a change in Springfield to increase the employee contribution rate to help offset that cost to us? IAPD dues are still included in the budget, and the executive director, to my knowledge, makes over $400,000 a year to manage a budget less than that of Naperville. Overtaxation of our residents allows us to make crazy expenditures like this. A yes vote for this budget is a yes for overtaxation, waste, and skyrocketing costs at twice the rate of CPI. I believe we should live within our means, which is 1.9% CPI. In the corporate world, management is forced to come back to the CPI number. Why is Park District management any different? I cannot cast a vote for overtaxation, waste, and pet projects. We do not live in Cook County. As a result, I'm forced to vote no, and I invite my fellow commissioners to join me in rejecting a tax and spend philosophy. Thank you.
You covered a lot of ground there, Commissioner Egan. I'd like to pick up on only one point that you made, and that is that we rarely hear complaints at the Naperville Park District. I would echo that sentiment. Evidence the last election for the Board of Park Commissioners was an uncontested election. We very rarely have people coming into this forum, even though it's a public forum, to complain. With regard to the budget in particular, I have personally, as the president of the Park District Board, received 0 complaints from residents by either phone or email. 0, not a single one. And so I think that these factors, to your point, we quote, rarely hear complaints. I think that's a good thing. I think that shows that we're doing the right things. Our residents are happy with the Park District, and I think everybody here knows that Naperville is a community of very high standards. And if we are in a community of very high standards and we rarely hear complaints, that is an absolute positive. And I think the budget plays into that. You can't help but think that the budget would play into that positive. So, any other questions or comments? Okay, Bridget, please take the roll.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley.
Yes.
President Janner.
Yes. Okay, future meetings. The next regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners will be January 9th, 2019 at 7 p.m. right here in the council chambers, followed by the January 30th, 2019 meeting, 6:30 p.m. at the Fort Hill Activity Center multipurpose room. And at this time, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn the December 12th, 2019 regular meeting.
Second.
Bridget, please take the roll. A voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Have a good night.